had a fresh unit of fiat and I had to decide if I'm going to buy Ethereum or Solana, I would buy ETH. Why? Because when the cycle turns, I want to own the most hated thing. I don't want to own the most loved thing of the previous cycle. That's what outperforms. But at the end of the day, ETH is the most secure layer one blockchain by value staked. It has the largest developer ecosystem. Every single major DeFi primitive started on ETH. As an investor, and we see lots of projects, the most exciting things and the most innovative people are still building on Ethereum. Yes, there's a lot of Solana developers and obviously Aptos and other ecosystems. But if you want to talk about the OG, it's Ethereum. But people are hating on it for the tokenomics and all the layer two vampires and all the things. There's some valid concerns there. But again, if I'm talking about a cycle turning, I have a fresh unit of fiat, I want to own what is hated in the past cycle, not what was loved. So that's why I think, ETH can retake its all-time high before Solana can in this next run-up. And all it takes is, some green candles on ETH, and all of a sudden, all those concerns that people waxed philosophical about on crypto Twitter go away, and they're all of a sudden the ETH bulls. Oh my God, Ethereum is the most, and they're gonna punt. Oh no, they have the most developers. Oh, there's the biggest. They're the most secure.
BitMEX founder Arthur Hayes believes Ethereum is likely to outperform Solana in the next leg of the cycle. He claims Ethereum has a higher risk-reward ratio than Solana going forward. According to Hayes, if you own a new unit of fiat capital, what do you do with it? Are you buying Solana or Ethereum now, given all the current events? Therefore, he believes Ethereum is more advantageous from a risk-return perspective. At each turn of the cycle, it's better to hold the most hated asset, as it will perform the best. It's also better not to hold the most appreciated asset from the previous cycle, as this will perform the worst. This doesn't mean Solana won't make significant gains, but compared to other assets, will it perform just as well? Therefore, he believes Ethereum has the market fundamentals to perform well in this next leg of the bull run because it is so hated. Hayes says one factor limiting Solana's upside potential is that the narrative that fueled Solana's rally to a new all-time high in January is unlikely to reach similar levels of popularity. According to Arthur Hayes, which coin should you choose between Ethereum and Solana? Before we move forward, if you want to stay updated with the latest crypto events and news, you can subscribe to our channel and like this video. Now, let's get back to Arthur Hayes' view on Solana and the overall crypto market.
Bitcoin cycle top price, and when do you think we could see that?
I think Bitcoin cycle top 2027. I'm going to go out there. Top price, $1 less than $1 million. So 9999999. I think 6 nines.
999,000. There we go. Okay, got it. There we go. 999,999. That's Arthur Hayes' cycle top 2027 prediction. Next altcoin ETF. I'm obviously doing a lot of buzz around altcoin ETFs. Do you think which will then be the next one? First of all,
Solana. I think it's the obvious choice.
Okay, got it. Will this is also an ambitious one. Will the ETH BTC pair slide? Will that stop anytime soon?
Yes.
And when do you think it could happen?
I think that stops in the fourth quarter. Well, when we get a cycle turn and we really get this explosion of fiat liquidity globally.
This rotation.
Hayes claims that Ethereum will hit $5,000 before Solana breaks $300. This prediction comes as Ethereum accelerates and returns above $2,000 after weeks of underperformance. Hayes confidently states that Ethereum will surpass $5,000 as Solana attempts to regain its past gains. Both assets will require growth spikes of 150% and 120%, respectively, to reach this goal. Although the BitMEX founder is bullish on Ethereum, it is difficult for its price to surpass the $5,000 mark, as its current market positioning presents several obstacles to such an increase. On the other hand, Solana's price has the potential to achieve such a gain, as it has significant room to grow in the coming years. Ethereum has been one of the worst performing crypto assets over the past year, and Hayes and other analysts now expect it to regain its past gains. The rivalry between Ethereum and Solana is much discussed in the cryptocurrency world, as both hold leading positions in the field of smart contracts. Ethereum has dominated this sector for years, and Solana is now emerging as a formidable competitor to take its lead. One of the main drivers of Ethereum's future price movement is upcoming blockchain innovation, which will improve the speed of its network. With the expected Dencun upgrade, EIP 4844, improvements in scalability and efficiency will reduce transaction costs. The second major catalyst is the growing enthusiasm surrounding the SEC's approval of the Ethereum ETF. Cryptocurrency market analysts predict that such an event in the cryptocurrency market could significantly boost the demand and price of Ethereum. Hayes confidently states that the price of Ethereum will surpass $5,000, while Solana will attempt to regain its previous gain of $300. This has sparked debate among investors, and some sharing his views, while others claim that Solana's growing adoption could threaten Ethereum's dominance. The crypto community reacted with differing opinions to Hayes' prediction. While Ethereum has traditionally been the second largest cryptocurrency, Solana's rapid adoption has sparked controversy over its ability to overtake Ethereum. Experts believe Ethereum's vast ecosystem and security features are an important asset that will foster sustained growth for digital assets. Bitcoin's upcoming halving and macroeconomic pressure could also contribute to Ethereum's price action. Ethereum has benefited from Bitcoin-driven market rallies in the past, and with Bitcoin reaching new highs, the altcoin market can expect a bullish phase soon. Hayes also predicted that Bitcoin could reach $250,000 by 2025 if the U.S. Federal Reserve adopts quantitative easing, but market bets remain cautious. Bitcoin's price could still surpass $250,000 before the end of the year, as expectations of a growing fiat currency supply remain the primary catalyst for the world's leading cryptocurrency. A Bitcoin price rally in 2025 could be fueled by the U.S. Federal Reserve's shift to quantitative easing, QE, which involves buying bonds and injecting money into the economy to lower interest rates and encourage consumption in a different financial environment. Bitcoin trades solely on market expectations of the future supply of fiat money. According to Arthur Hayes, money supply growth could push Bitcoin's price above $132,000 before the end of 2025. Hayes has bought Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies at all levels between $90,000 and $76,500, demonstrating his conviction in the cryptocurrency market for the remainder of 2025. The pace of investment will increase or decrease depending on the accuracy of his forecasts. Hayes still believes Bitcoin could reach $250,000 by the end of the year because now that the BBC has replaced Powell, the Fed will flood the market with dollars. Hayes also believes that Bitcoin has moved away from its 4-year halving cycle and that its performance is now determined by the level of fiat liquidity circulating in the markets. The Bitcoin halving halved Bitcoin miner compensation, causing an imbalance between supply and demand that previously coincided with rallies. He believes that Bitcoin's 4-year halving cycle, as well as miner profitability and its fluctuations over time, were much more relevant in the context of a market cycle when Bitcoin was a much smaller asset class. Investors seeking exposure to Bitcoin may be running out of time to buy below a 6-figure price tag, as U.S. Treasury buybacks could mark the next leap forward for the world's leading cryptocurrency. According to Hayes, this could be the last opportunity to buy Bitcoin below $100,000. U.S. Treasury buybacks refer to the U.S. Treasury's repurchases of its outstanding obligations on the open market to increase liquidity, manage federal debt, or stabilize interest rates. These operations can inject liquidity into the financial system, often benefiting risky assets like Bitcoin.